Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are live once again. Conversations on Vitality coming to you midweek this week. As always, Ariel Jarvis is on the other side with me, James Gardner, and we are here each and every week to have a discussion around health, wealth, emotional stability, spirituality, everything that is part of one's health journey, because it's never just about one thing when it comes to health. So, Ariel, thank you for joining me today. As you know, I'm across the country. So, for people tuning in, you're getting an East and West Coast, Pacific and Atlantic convergence of conversation today. So, Ariel, thanks for tuning in and joining us today. You're amazing. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm looking forward to November. I'm already like just starting to get into like the cozy season, so I love this time of the year. How are
I
you?
know. Oh, same. I'm back on my home turf for Rhode Island in my favorite time of the year. It's just a kaleidoscope of beauty outside. It's perfect fall day. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. So super blessed today. Now, Ariel, today's conversation, we are going to talk about liver. We're going to talk about the condition we call fatty liver.
Yeah.
Fatty liver. So let's break this down. I know this is a powerful conversation. It is something that a lot of people deal with. So let's have a conversation.
Yeah, so for today's topic on fatty liver, the reason why I chose this specifically is because a lot of people that I'm noticing that are coming into the clinic are suffering with fatty liver, and this is no joke. And when they get a diagnosis of fatty liver, they're told to change their diet and their lifestyle, but their GP isn't explaining to them exactly what to do. So here we're going to break it down with lifestyle solutions, and if you don't make a change, what can happen, and what to look for. So first of all, your liver is located on your right hand side, right underneath your ribs. It's almost 10 pounds, and it has over 1,500 functions in the body, filtering and cleaning and detoxifying your blood, kidneys, all your organ systems, all 11 body systems, your immune system, your hormones, mental health, you name it. There's so much that the liver does. And so, because this organ, in order for it to function, it needs to be able to do small little interconnection contractions. So, little cell movement. So, a little bit of movement is required. It's not like bone. It's quite malleable. And so, what people don't realize is because there's so much stress on your liver, you need to detoxify it often with greens, green inside, clean inside, herbs like milk thistle, chlorophyll, lemon water, and drinking enough water. 1 liter for 50 pounds you weigh, and it must be negative charged water to fully permeate the liver and clean and pull out the debris. Now, unfortunately, what I've been seeing though is fatty liver. So, how does fatty liver start? Well, your body keeps score. As you start to build up toxins, your liver will actually take fat cells and cover those toxins and insulate those toxins, because toxins will wreak havoc on your central nervous system, your neurotransmitters, your brain, your body. So your body doesn't want to poison itself. So it will put fat cells around these toxins. And if you don't clean up your diet, eventually you get a fatty liver. And so
Hmm.
this is very dangerous, because the next step is that those toxins will start to almost oxidize. So almost as if you have like a pimple and it turns into a blackhead, almost oxidize. And then what happens is, if you keep eating the bad food and drinking the alcohol and having the poor lifestyle that's very acidic, creating free radical damage and oxidative stress, you'll start to develop scar tissue, which will then harden, also known as liver disease called cirrhosis. And now the liver can no longer do its 1,500 functions. And the first thing we start to notice is an extension in your belly. So we'll see a lot of people start to develop that beer belly. You'll start to notice that you might get jaundice, so yellow in your eyes where the white part is supposed to be, puffiness underneath your eyelids, because that toxicity is also going into the kidneys.
Hmm.
There's so much to look for. Look at your skin, etc.
So a lot of that was really interesting. What you said that struck me was the liver is trying to protect the body by insulating the toxins. So the fat is something the liver is doing to protect the body, but the byproduct of that is it's self-destructing itself. It's basically killing itself.
Correct.
Wow. And the other thing too, I just want to share because I've never heard this before, is so the liver actually contracts. It's not like a pump. Is it a pump like the heart, or is it like just a cellular twitch?
It's like
How
a
does,
cellular twitch. Yeah, not quite like the heart, but not quite like bone. It's like that in between
mm,
where it's quite squishy.
mm,
And so because whenever you eat and drink, after it goes through your digestive system and into the bloodstream, then it goes into the liver. And so it's very important that you keep the liver clean so that it can do its job. It's like a filtration system for the blood. So if you have a dirty filter,
mm.
then the blood's dirty. If the blood's dirty, your immune system is sending signals that you have a invader that you must attack. If you keep getting those cell signals for your immune system that there's an invader in the blood because it's dirty, then you're going to create more white blood cells. Your white blood cell count is going to go up, and you can develop autoimmune condition where your immune system now is looking for the invader but can't find the invader, so it attacks itself.
Hmm. And with that, the layers of fat. So in a sense, a fatty liver, I'm assuming if you were to do an autopsy, it would be enlarged. It would be a lot heavier than a normal liver. Is that correct?
Correct. A normal liver is about 10 pounds. A fatty liver can get up to 22 pounds. Think about all that pressure pushing down on the liver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Now, what's the biggest culprit? Is there a public enemy number one when it comes to liver health?
Alcohol.
Hmm.
It's alcohol. One drink has, on average, 500 toxins. It's so acidic that it actually pulls out all of the minerals that the liver needs to function. And so if you're not restoring those, eventually you're going to have mineral deficiency. And this affects your whole body, your central nervous system, your neurons, your gut, your brain, everything. But it also affects the conductivity of the cells in the liver. So now there's no cell-to-cell communication, memory, cell-to-cell memory starts to get lost. There's so much around this. So you need to, if you are someone that has a fatty liver and you don't want to turn it into cirrhosis and pass away, then you must stop drinking alcohol. Not one drop. Not one drop. Not until your liver is restored.
You had mentioned a few weeks ago, I think, that cirrhosis isn't just always because of alcohol as well, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So cirrhosis mainstream is from alcohol, or anything that can pickle the liver. So really be mindful about your pH and really be mindful about your herbicides, pesticides, insecticides, right? So we have seen vegans who only, drink water, eat fruits and vegetables, exercise, all that jazz, but they're eating processed fruits and vegetables. They're not even washing them. And so all that wax, all that pesticides, herbicides, glyphosates, all of that has to go through the liver, right? So then it binds inside the liver. Those are toxins. Those are endocrine disruptors. The liver gets a signal, whoa, that's a lot of toxins. Let's cover it with fat and push it to the outside of the liver. So now the liver will create a layering effect of fat full of all those toxins. And then that can harden into scar tissue, creating cirrhosis and then death.
I know we're going to talk some potential solutions here in a moment. I just want to talk about reversal. So with these layers of fat cells, and as we start to get a fatty liver, with proper nutrition, hydration, all those things we talked about that you talked about, it's possible to reverse and diminish the fat cells that are stored that way?
Yes. Think of these toxins on the liver as a vehicle with 3 wheels, or like, let's say 2 wheels. So this is a vehicle with 2 wheels, which means 2 wheels are missing. It can't drive away. So in order to eliminate it out of the body, you have to donate 2 wheels known as electrons to get it to be able to be whole again and drive away and get out of the body. So an oxidized or free radical, known as a toxin, has a few less electrons, so it's unstable. So just by consuming high antioxidant foods that actually can donate these electrons, you will actually remove any of the toxins and do a detox. People have to do a detox. So you have to change your diet. You have to stop putting in the things that are causing the toxicity to grow. And you have to look at ways to detox as often as possible, not just like once in a while. This is like an all-day thing until those toxins, right? You're cleaning out the mess. And remember, everything you eat and drink becomes the next generation of cells. Your liver cells turn over on average every 25 to 35 days. So if you're consuming good quality food with high electrons, high antioxidants, you will then be able to remove the toxins, and then the fat cells will just break down because now they know that there's no toxins to cover anymore. And so they'll know that it's no longer a threat to the body.
Okay. Man, it always comes back to nutrition, it really does, right? Just does. Yeah. Green inside, clean inside, as you said, right?
Herbicide free.
I mean, that should be the tagline response to everything, right?
It's true. Yeah.
I know. Okay. So all hope is not lost for people out there that may be dealing with this condition. And you mentioned just to circle back to the conditions. We mentioned a little bit of a pooch or a swollen abdomen, jaundice, yellow, puffy eyes. It means the liver's not getting the filtration that it needs from the liver. Sorry, the kidneys from the liver. Is there any other telltale signs of fatty liver?
Your sores. So if you get like a nick somewhere, you have a hard time healing. So it takes a lot longer to heal, or you have really dry skin and it's out of the normal. Like it's like really flaky. It's really coming off. When you like scratch, you bleed, things like that. You'll have a really bad odor. You'll have issues with your bowels. You'll have issues with your hair, skin, and nails, thyroid, low iron. There's so many things, but the biggest one is that big beer belly.
The big bear belly. Now, is there a testing protocol to say, hey, Bob, you have fatty liver? I mean,
Yes.
is there a specific test for that?
Yes. I'm not specific on what we call it here in BC, but you can just go to your GP. If you are someone that indulges a little bit too much in the alcohol, or you think maybe there's something going on with your liver and you have quite that big belly for no reason, then maybe just go and get that checked out, get your blood work done, and they'll be able to identify your levels for the liver. So they'll look at your hormone levels and they'll be able to identify your ratios and then see if you're within or without of range. And then they'll be able to give you that proper diagnosis.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, let's talk some possible solutions now and some protocols that you can educate us on.
So these are natural solutions, which means you just have to go to the grocery store and go to your supplement store and just get these. So number one is eating as much fruits and vegetables. No, I don't want to say as much because portion control still matters, but just making sure that you are getting fruits and vegetables in your diet. My favorite would be anything that's like a dark green and berries and apples. So kind of start introducing those and start introducing milk thistle, lecithin, chlorophyll, and a heavy metal detox. So the heavy metal detox, you're going to probably want to do that depending on how bad your liver, the state it's in. Whether you have cirrhosis or a fatty liver, you're going to want to do the heavy metal detox probably for 90 to 120 days and then go get retested. If you still have the diagnosis, keep going. And then you want to go on a tincture called bitter orange, and you want to take that 3 times a day. That's how I treat fatty liver for my patients, and I've had tons of success. But you need to incorporate the negative charged water, 1 liter for 50 pounds you weigh, and cut out the alcohol, the smoking, limit your coffee, and 0 processed sugar, 0 fast food. You have to do that because if you don't, it's just the straw that broke the camel's back. You're already too far gone. You've already indulged for too long. So you need to let your cells kind of recover. And then you can start to enjoy a drink again or something, but let your liver recover. Otherwise, you're going to end up having to get a liver transplant.
Mm. Okay. I have a question for you then in terms of, and maybe you can just shed some light on for our community here. You can walk into any health store really, and you'll see all these different detox protocols. And it's kind of like detox in a box, and some are specific to organs of the body. I know liver has a specific one. Um, A, do those work in your opinion? B, um, maybe just a couple things. Should someone want to at least start that way? Maybe something to look for in terms of what what is in it or how it's packaged or anything like that.
Mhm. So you always want to take a look at a couple of factors. Number one is quality of the products. So if you need help with that, we can direct you on quality of the products so that they actually work. Number two is you need to take a look at how well you are eliminating, because if you have issues with IBS, diverticulitis, Crohn's, colitis, or constipation, we need to have a discussion, because certain detoxes you have to do first to
Mm,
eliminate the debris in the bowels so that the new debris coming from the liver doesn't get plugged up in the bowels. Okay.
yeah.
And then you also want to take into consideration that you're not just detoxing the liver, you're detoxing the blood and anything going through the blood. So remember, everything is connected. So the way I would always start is I talk about what medications you're on. How do you have all of your colon? Have you had parts of your colon cut out? What's your health history? What's your surgical history? Um, how's the state of your elimination? Do you go to the bathroom well? And obviously age plays a role, and the state of your condition. So there's a couple little things. I never recommend just go to the store and pick up these things without at least having a conversation with a professional. So you do need to have guidance, because these are very powerful herbs, and if you don't know what you're doing, you could have absorption in the wrong direction.
Mm, okay. Thank you for that. That's really great advice. Ariel, as we wrap up here, I just want to throw this out to you that not only fatty liver, but a lot of conditions we talk about here on Conversations on Vitality, I think a lot of people assume that it's just for the older people. It's just for people that have, you know, been drinking for excess for years, for example, in this case. And even with fatty liver, that's not the case, is it?
No, unfortunately, I have people in my life that I care about very deeply, and they have just been diagnosed with fatty liver,
Mm,
and they're in their 30s. You know, they've got a wife and kids at home, and I encourage you, if you're watching this, make some changes, because this is no joke, and this is a very serious matter, and you do need to take care of your liver and your
mhm.
health, because if you don't, it will only get worse. It's not going away.
Yeah, love that. All right, Ariel, thank you for that. I think that is a good kind of segue point to wrap up this conversation. Again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your education, your caring, and your insight into how the community at large can really just take the initiative to up level their own health, and it has to be the first step from them. Your door is open. They have to take the first step through. As you all know, for people tuning in for the first time, Ariel's door is open. VitalityWellnessW.com. Uh, ring a phone, pick it up, email, whatever it is, free consultation. We even said before, I think Ariel, you had mentioned people can get in contact with you to check certain supplements to see if what you value of them, and offer them some insights on that product or whatever it is. So the door is open, gang. Take that first step and take back your health. All right, Ariel.
Absolutely.
You're amazing. Thank you so much for your time
No
and the
worries.
work you do. All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye for now, everyone.